Many tears were shed as hundreds of people poured into the Temple Emmanuel for a service and vigil. The vigil honored the victims of the Pittsburgh Tree of Life synagogue shooting, which left 11 people dead and several officers injured. Even with such a tragic event, the vigil focused on staying united when faced with hate, not only throughout the country, but also in our own backyards. Phoenix had the third most reported hate crimes in the country last year, including 27 attacks on the Jewish community. Phoenix police reported seeing high numbers of swastikas and assaults. Louis Zeidel of the Temple Emmanuel recalls the hate he's faced as a person of Jewish faith. He even shared a story on how he and a surprising friend overcame their differences.
He got married. He asked me to be best man at his wedding. I finally agreed after pointing out some other things to him. 3 years later, he came out as head of the KKK for the state of New Hampshire. So I can honestly say that the head of the KKK for the state of New Hampshire knows that the best man is a Jew.
Here at the Temple Emmanuel, people say not only do they wish for peace within the Jewish community, but also for other attacked groups throughout Arizona and America. One of those groups being the LGBTQ community, which also saw a series of hate crimes last year.
There were 32 anti-gay attacks in Phoenix during 2017, many of them including violent assaults. According to the Movement Advancement Program, Arizona has a low sexual orientation policy tally and a negative gender identity policy tally, meaning the number of positive laws and policies within the state that help drive equality for LGBTQ people. Vinny Chavez has been part of the LGBTQ community for as long as he can remember. He believes ending hate begins with having a strong support network and sticking up for one another.
And then just in general, if you're not gay, but you see somebody who's going through that at your school or wherever, just be there as a support system, not only as an ally for them, but as a way to combat and to kind of fight off anyone and tell them, like, hey, that's not cool, let's not do that. And I think that that goes a long way.
With tensions high due to recent tragic events, Louis said he wanted to leave this statement as his ode to overcoming hate.
To get to know the other person, and if you disagree with respect for the other person's views and opinions. That will help.
For Cronkite News, I'm Jessie Jopali reporting.